Hey guys, Dan here. Today I'm going to be reviewing this. This is a digital voice recorder or dictaphone from Evida. Something like that. Evida. I'm gonna call it Evida. But yeah, the whole reason I got this was because I was looking for an MP3 player to go skating with, so I didn't have to skate with my phone. And yeah, this was just a cheap one on Amazon. I think it was about between £10 and £15. And it surprised the hell out of me. And in this video I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so as you can see, it comes in this very sort of, I don't know how we would call it, box. It's a very typical cardboard box. But then when you pull off the sleeve, you're greeted with this rather nice presentation style box with a magnetic lid, and as you can see there's the unit itself. It's very small. It's pretty much all plastic. I'm not sure if the surrounding silver bit is metal or plastic. It's probably plastic. It's a voice recorder and an MP3 player, which is the main things I'm going to be using it for. But here's the surprising thing. It said it just came with the unit itself, a charge cable, and I think one or two other little bits here and there. A pair of headphones maybe. But no, this thing comes with a pair of headphones and an aux cable. It comes with the charge cable as well. But then it also comes with a phone tap, which if you know anything about the 80s and 90s, they're considered like very interesting things that police officers would normally use. But no, this is basically it's kind of like your own personal answering machine for your phone. You stick this block between your phone, your main phone of your house, and the phone line using this cable here, and you can essentially record your phone calls, which is pretty cool. But here's the thing that surprised me ultimately, because this was not mentioned at all in the description of when I bought it. It comes with a lav mic. I don't own a proper lav mic, but I do own a DIY lav mic, which I made a video about, and it was made out of an iPhone headphones, a pair of iPhone headphones, which you could use any smartphone headphones that have a microphone built into them. But anyway, this is why I'm making this video, is because I want to see how good this is as a lav mic system. Because if it turns out that this is actually decent, then I'm probably going to consider using this for actual work. Because my only other voice recorder, or the only other audio recorder I have, is my Tascam DR40, which doesn't have a 3.5mm jack input, and therefore I don't think it is able to give power anything less than 48 volts phantom power in order to power any kind of mic. So for instance, the Rode Video Micro, when I did the video on that, I was forced to use phantom power with it, which left it a bit noisy, and I think a lot of people said, you know, it would wreck the mic after a while. So I really wanted to get something like a Zoom H1 or something, just so I could so I could use external lav mics, you know, wirelessly or whatever-ish, you know, without trailing wires back and forth the camera. So that's why I got this, and we're going to try it out now. And not only am I going to try out the lav mic that came with it, I'm going to try it out with my DIY lav mic to see if there's any difference in quality. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to do two configurations with each mic. I'm going to do it facing down first, which is, I've seen a few people do this with lav mics, rather than have them pointing up, especially if they don't have any pop filter on them, which these two don't at the moment, is to have them pointing down so that when you're breathing out your nose during, you know, taking a breath, whatever, it doesn't blow straight into the mic. But I'll also do another test where I point them straight up then. The iPhone The smartphone mic, it comes out, the mic points out that way, so it doesn't really matter, but I'll do a test of it pointing down and up anyway, just the same. And I'll mount them both to myself, you know, just to make things easier. But I'll try and mount them so you can see them both as well. So, and they're both in the same place. Okay, now first of all we're going to try out the normal mic. Now, I'm not going to get into the menus or how to operate this too much. There's really not that much to it. There are 6 different audio settings you can choose. There's fine, there's like fine recording, long recording, and then there's high quality recording. And then in each of those categories, there's also a voiceover option. I did a couple of tests, and I honestly can't tell the difference between voiceover and the normal. Fine recording is okay, it does peak a lot. Long recording is unusable, it is literally, sounds like a dictaphone. So that's why I'm going to be sticking with just the high quality one, and that's the only one I would recommend using with this anyway. So, one thing I will point out though, this does record in only WAV format, and you may need to convert it to MP3 later on your computer, because I had a bit of trouble playing these back on things like Media Player, QuickTime Player, things like that, and like Media Player Classic and things like that. So I just used Media Converter to convert them to MP3, and they were fine after that. So anyway, I'm going to turn it on, and the thing I like about this is it doesn't have a button to turn it on. It has a dedicated switch, which I don't know if it feels more reassuring, that does for me. We're going to use the lav mic first, so let me just make sure I am set to the lav mic. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to hit record. I'm going to wait for a moment for it to start. And it does take a couple of seconds. Okay, now it started, and okay, so the audio you're hearing now is from the audio recorder, the Avida audio recorder, using the lav mic that came with it, pointing down away from my voice, and it's sort of it's at mid-chest height distance. It's not quite on the it's not quite collar height, but yeah, and I'll try and explain what it's recording at the moment. I've currently got the volume set, I don't know, I think I set the volume around 15 or 20. It goes up to 40 it does, but it tends to peak a lot there. But yeah, this is recording in WAV format, and I think it's saying it says 384 WAV, so I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the hertz it's recording at. I doubt it, because of the quality. I'd say this is more most likely recording at something like 16 hertz or something, or no 16-bit, and maybe 4400 hertz or something, or was it 44 point whatever hertz? I don't know. I don't know all that much about audio too much, but anyway, so I'm just waffling on just so you can get a gauge of the audio quality. Okay, and I'm going to stop it there now. Okay, right, I'm going to stop it there now. We're back on the Rode Video Micro on top of the GH5. Next, I am going to plug in the iPhone lav mic here using this adapter cable. It's a splitter, it is. But I'm only going to be using, I'm not going to be using the headphone part of it, I'm going to be using the microphone part of it. So, plug that in. And make sure I'm using the right one. Okay, so that's that plugged in. No, I haven't tried this yet. I tested with the proper one, but... Okay, so, and... wait for it to start. Okay. Okay, so this is now the this is now the Avida recorder using the iPhone DIY lav mic I made a while back. It is also facing down, just like the previous one, and we're using the exact same settings as before. And yeah, by the way, this has a built-in 8 GB of memory. This does, which I'd imagine a little bit of it is taken up at the moment, because I've got, like I said, I bought this as a an MP3 player mainly, so I can take skating, because it's nice and small, compact, and it's cheap, so I'm not going to be worried if I accidentally land on it and break it while skating. And once again, I'm just waffling on so you can hear the quality coming from it. And I'll stop it there now. So, anyway, so now I'm going to stick with the iPhone one because we're already plugged in, but I'm going to face it up now, just so we can hear. I mean, with this, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, to be honest, because the microphone faces out anyway, but we'll see. Okay, so recording, and okay. Okay, so now this is with the iPhone DIY lav mic into the Avida audio recorder, and the microphone is now facing up towards my face now. Once again, none of these mics have a pop filter. This used to have a pop filter, but I think on the last job I used, one of the last jobs I was on, one of the lav mics was missing a pop filter, and I may have loaned them mine and then forgot to ask for it back. So I'll need to get some more pop filters for these eventually. But once again, waffling on, so you can hear the quality difference or whatever. And now we're gonna stop it there, and stop. Yeah, when the screen goes, we're back on the video micro, by the way. Yeah, when you click stop initially, you have to. It just opens the screen up, so it turns the backlight on. So you gotta click it again to to actually stop the recording, which is good, I suppose, if you want to check that there's no risk of you actually cancelling the recording when you do that. Okay, so let's switch the mic that came with the audio recorder now. And this is a mic setup I don't normally consider doing unless I have a pop filter or a very good, or a dead cat or whatever they're called, pop filter on these, because again, breath coming up with the nose goes straight down and can actually cause some wind noise. Okay, so we're gonna hit record now, and we're recording. Okay, so once again we're on the Avida recorder, and this time we're using the supplied lav mic facing up now, directly towards my mouth. And I might do a little test in a moment, just so you can see if we can hear any breath from my nose. So, okay, I don't know. We'll see if we pick that up later. But yeah, so I'm just going to waffle on a bit now, see if we can hear any more difference in the audio quality, if it sounds bassier, if it sounds clearer with the high tones and whatever. But yeah, no, to be honest, I'm very surprised with this, and even with just the packaging was very surprising quality. I was expecting it to come in just like a cheapy little packet with a cardboard backing or something, but no, very impressed so far. But we'll see what the audio sounds like. And sorry, I put my own little sort of lanyard thing on you, and that's the clicking you hear in there. But yeah, okay, so I'll stop it there now. Okay, so I'm going to cut the video for a moment, and I'm going to take this to the computer so I can have a look over all the audio footage, tracks, whatever you want to call them, and we'll see what they sound like, because I don't know what they sound like. You guys have heard it before me, so let's see. Okay, so I've had a quick look at the audio files that have come off here, and honestly, they are quite surprising. First note, as you guys probably heard, the one that came with it sounded okay when it was facing up. It sounded okay there. When it was facing down, I noticed you heard an awful lot of clipping with or peaking, whatever you want to call it, with some of the louder notes I was doing. Whereas with the DIY mic, it sounded very nice actually. It didn't clip at all, and I found out the volume was set to 18, it was at the time. And this sounded fine, didn't sound as bassy, and I think I can hear a little bit more room tone with it. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna do another quick test now, yeah, and I'm not gonna bother checking how it sounds on you. This one is for you guys to see if you think it sounds any better. And I'm going to do a quick test with this now. I've set it to 10 now, so we're at basically 25% volume now with this. So I'm going to start the recording. Okay. Okay, so now the rest of the video is going to be recorded with the Avida audio recorder / MP3 player with the supplied lav microphone, and it is pointing up with the volume set at 10. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it very informative about this. This is a very common MP3 player / dictaphone, voice recorder, whatever, on Amazon and eBay. The only reason I went for this one really is because it had an actual brand name attached to it. There's a lot of unbranded versions of this on there as well, or different ones. I think Neewer and Andover, well, maybe not Neewer, but I think Andover do one of these as well. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I don't really need to do much of a test as far as the MP3 player goes. I mean, it sounds fine. You have different options for equalizers. I use the rock version because I just think it sounds a bit more neutral. You know, it ups the bass a little bit, it ups the highs a little bit. It makes it sound exactly as I want it. But yeah, works a treat, and supposedly has, I think it's something like, it says on a full charge it'll have about 18 hours battery life fully, and that's full running non-stop supposedly. I doubt it, but there we are. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video of me reviewing the Avida digital voice recorder. I will leave a link in the description below in case you are interested in this as a cheaper alternative to, say, a Zoom H1. And like I said before, it is around between £10 to £15, though prices vary depending on which seller you buy it from. And I will see you in the next video.